Hi everyone, I'm Milane from English Made Easy. I'm an English teacher, and this channel is dedicated to creating easy and interesting lessons so that you can improve your English in an enjoyable way. Today, as a special request, I will be doing the quick answers on page 134 of the new Mulberry English Course Book 5 by Anahita Lee. Shall we start? So here are the quick answers from Black Beauty. The first one, Black Beauty tells us about a meadow and all that he could see when he was in the meadow. Carefully read what Black Beauty tells us and put a tick against the statements that are true and a cross against those that are false. So let's go to the first one. The meadow was lovely but small. Now, if you go to page 131 and you look at the first line on that page, it says, the first place I can remember was a large, pleasant meadow with a pond of clear water in it. A large, pleasant meadow, which means that the meadow was big, it was large, it was not small. So your first answer is false. You need to put a cross in that little box. Going to the second one. There was a pond with water lilies and rushes in the meadow. Again, you can look at page 131, the second line. Some shady trees leaned over it, rushes and water lilies grew at the deep end. Were there water lilies and rushes in the meadow? In the pond? Yes, there were. So you have to put a tick for the second one. It is true. Let's see the third one. There was a road close to the master's house. Look at the same page, the third line. Over the hedge, on one side, we looked into a ploughed field, and on the other, we looked over a gate at our master's house, which stood by the roadside. So, if the master's house stood by the roadside, there was definitely a road close to the master's house. So, that statement is also true. So, you need to put a tick in the third box. Let's do the fourth one. At one end of the meadow was a gate and there was a hedge at the other end. Look at the same two lines that I just read. Over the hedge on one side, which means that there was a hedge on one side, we looked into a ploughed field, and on the other side, we looked over a gate. So that means there was a gate at the other side. They looked over a gate at our master's house, which stood by the roadside. So at one end of the meadow was a gate. Was there a gate? Yes. And there was a hedge at the other end. Was there a hedge? Yes. So we have to put a tick for the fourth box as well. Now let's look at the fifth one. Fir trees grew at the edge of the river. Were there fir trees mentioned anywhere in the story? Were there fir trees at the edge of any river? No. So you need to put a cross in the fifth box. So once again, I'll go through the answers. The first one, that is A, the meadow was lovely but small, is false. So you put a cross there. And the fifth one, fir trees grew at the edge of the river, is also false. So you put a cross there. B, C, and D are true, so you put a tick for all three of them. I'll repeat, A and E are false, put a cross there. B, C, and D are true, so put a tick there. Let's also do the second one from Quick Answers on page 134. So choose the correct answer. A young horse is called a colt, canter, or mare. What do you think the answer is? It is mentioned in the story. Can you guess? No? Well, a young horse is called a colt. It is mentioned in the story that a young horse is a colt. Okay, because when you look at page 131, the third paragraph, first line, it says there were 6 young colts in the meadow besides me. 6 young colts. Okay, so a young horse is called a colt. B. Black Beauty's mother spoke to him because she wanted him to stop playing with the colts, she wanted him to grow up well mannered, or she wanted him to win a cup at the Newmarket race. What do you think? The answer is on page 132, the first paragraph right on top of the page. So, do you know the answer now? Did she want him to stop playing with the colts? Did she want him to grow up well mannered, or did she want him to win a cup at the Newmarket race? It's the second option that is right. She wanted him to grow up well mannered. Okay? C. The master scolded Dick because he hurt the horses. He ate the blackberries that grew in the master's field. The master did not want Dick to have fun. What's the right option? Did he hurt the horses? Did he eat the blackberries that grew in the master's field? Or did the master not want him to have fun? The answer is on page 133, the very first paragraph, right on top of the picture there. So you know what naughty things that boy did, right? So the right answer is the first option. He hurt the horses. I'll go through the answers once more. The second one, a young horse is called a colt. B, Black Beauty's mother spoke to him because she wanted him to grow up well mannered. C, the master scolded Dick because he hurt the horses. So, with that, we've come to the end of the quick answers. If you found the lesson useful today, do hit that like button and share it with your friends. I'm sure there are friends who would need these answers as well. And if you have not already subscribed to English Made Easy, please do so right now. You wouldn't want to miss out on getting notified each time I post content like this, would you? Have you watched the video on Black Beauty? Here is a link to part 1. I have 2 videos based on the lessons, so don't forget to check them out. They include lots of questions, so you will be able to improve your understanding of the text and do well in your exams. Before I end, I want to reiterate the fact that you have to read your text over and over again to understand it better and do well in English literature. Read. The more you read, the better you become. And let me know if there is anything else I can help you with. Until we meet again, cheerio.